My tenant refuses to pay rent. I have heard from friends that I can utilize something known as a tacit hypothec. Please can you advise on what a tacit hypothec is and how do I go about enforcing this?
Sure. Okay, look, easy answer. A tacit hypothec is you're looking at a form of security effectively. So as a landlord, the items on the property are pretty much being held in security, if you want to put it like that, so that if any rent falls into arrears, you can actually access those items and sell it in order to recover your arrear rental. So in the bigger scheme of things, tacit hypothecs fall within the form of security. If a person's, like, for example, insolvent, a landlord would have a greater right than most to those items on the property, right? So that's the first thing to consider. So if a tenant brings furniture, let's say furniture into a unit that you're leasing, that furniture falls under your tacit hypothec as a landlord. If it falls into arrears, you're entitled to basically sell those assets to recover your rent. Now, how to enforce this? There's a couple of ways to enforce it. Fortunately, our magistrates court does really well, or has really nice processes in order to interdict the removal of these assets. So it takes your tacit hypothec and goes, okay, great, we're now going to interdict the removal until you have an order to actually attach and remove these and sell them in order to cover your rent. So as soon as you serve that summons to collect rent, the tacit hypothec basically almost gets entrenched to a certain degree. But the only way of really perfecting that hypothec is by attaching the property and obviously at some point having it removed and sold on auction in order to get rent recovery. Now, around tacit hypothecs is a whole bunch of really cool principles, like what happens if the property belongs to a third party, etc., etc. But that's the sweet short answer on tacit hypothecs.
Thank you so much, Bruno. That was actually really brilliant.